So this is the gearbox that we will use on the bike. It is not the gearbox that was on the bike on the beginning. It was bought from eBay. It is looking good. It seems to have all the parts original on outside. This is the only part that was I think cleaned and galvanized. I have already opened in the past this cover. And it is looking good inside. We see the gears. I don't see any broken teeth, and I will start to disassemble the gearbox. So as I have suspected, this was not tight, it was just assembled. I'll have to make a key for this nut, because this is the original type of the nut. Because it was not tight enough, it have come out easy. The forks are looking good. They have a thickness of almost 6 mm, 5.6 mm, and the colors, the engaging colors, are 6.2, I think, but when I will have these colors outside, I will measure. But until now, it seems okay. So I'll continue with the back here. We have here some securing washers. The fork seems to be good. Have here a BMW mark. Also here a part number 2045 010010. It seems to be. And this BMW mark means that this housing is original. I don't remember to the other gearbox if the housing was also from brass. The nuts and the bolt seems to be original. There are normal 6mm nuts, but I can see this material and the nut itself. It is not like the modern one that we see today. I'm glad that I don't have to try too hard. I have to remove this key here. And the gear of the kickstart mechanism, it looks just fine. Also this one, I hope the other one inside it is also good. Have just a little rust here on this bearing, but we see here Germany, the type of the bearing 6304. Also here we have a part number 23520981104. We have some rust here, but we also have grease, so after I will clean the worm gear, I hope it will be okay. When I have tested before this mechanism for the speedometer, it was working fine. Have also this gear with a little rust, but I don't think it is a affecting the gear. I just have to clean. And inside I don't see rust on the gears, but I have to continue to disassemble. I want to remove the front here, and for doing that I have to heat up the housing. I want to disassemble the primary shaft, and for doing that I need to heat the housing. It's hard to heat up this housing because it is big, and the aluminium is conducting the heat very well. And I have already, I think, 4 minutes I have stopped the filming. Comes out very easy. And we see the first problem here. This hole here it is not round. If I will use this housing, I will have to repair here. Have some play in the bearing here, but I will change the bearing. So now I have to heat up the case also here. And the primary axle should go outside. The kick-starting mechanism seems to go out easily. I will just push, yes. Just have to push this axle. Okay. teeth have some wearness marks, but nothing serious. If we look here, we have a mark also here. This is better. A small point here, but nothing serious. This gear is good. And this is the pole mechanism. And it should go like this. No, this is the correct position. So now we have to remove this axle. This one. This goes through the secondary axle of the gearbox. So this is the primary axle, and here inside we have the secondary axle. So I have to remove this axle here. The gears will drop below, and this way I will be able to push the primary axle. I have to hit the housing in order to extract the axle, and not to be forced to kick very hard with the hammer. It's starting to come off. It is already out. Okay, always not to hurry. Heat up the housing and do not hammer very hard. These parts are not designed to be forced. So now we have the gears here inside dropped in the gearbox, and now we have enough space to push the primary axle Okay. Now I'm seeing something. Here in the front. Here in the front we have a circlip here. So I have to remove this circlip in order to take out the gears in the front. Also, I have seen that I have a circlip here in the back, so that means this circlip has to be moved near the collar here. This way I can push the gears near the collar and I will have enough space here to take out the circlip. It took me a while to manage to push the circlip out of the channel here and push in order to push here. And now you push like this the gear, and you see also a shim here that we start to push. And now I have pushed the inner bush from this gear and I have access to this circlip, and this should be much easier to take out. they are quite strong, these circlips. I have to take out this bush to the front in order to be able to take the gear outside. And now I can take out. This is the shim. Okay, I've managed to take out. I'll have to figure it out how I can take out the axle, and I will stop the clip for the moment. Okay, I think I have found a way to take out. I don't know if this is the correct way, but I will try. Okay. So now we have the secondary axle. Now the secondary axle, it is working with on this axle. It has some bushes inside. The play is minimum, it is okay, that is good, because I don't have to change the bushes. I just have to clean here. We see just a bit of rust here, nothing serious, and also here this axle, it doesn't work on any bush. Don't know if we can see, but the bush, we have a bush here, a large bush, I think 2 centimeters, and also here at least 2 centimeters, but here in the middle it is empty. So this spot here with a little rust will cause no problems. Also, when you take out this axle, you have to check which side is bigger, because as you can see, here you have this chamfer, but here is the part that was beaten before, and it is bigger. So you have to push from here in this direction towards the big head. As you have seen, I have pushed from here, from the front, because the part of the axle with the chamfer, it was in the front here, and in the back we had the big end. Okay. These are the stoppers for the pole from the kickstart mechanism. The housing seems to be okay, no problem with the threads. So I just have to wash and clean well. So I have to see how can I take out the bearing. This one gear should go out like this. This thread that we see here, this is the thread from sealing. So as you can see, there is no oil seal, no place for an oil seal, and this thread, when the axle is spinning, is taking air from outside and is pushing the air inside in the gearbox. This way the oil doesn't come out. This in theory. In reality, it is most likely that you have some small oil leaks through here, and I know from experience, because I have seen leaks on this type of sealing. Not on BMW R35, this is the first one that I'm repairing, but I have seen on other gearboxes. The secondary shafts, it is okay. We have good gears. These are the engaging colors. This one, it works only with pins. These pins from the gear, like this, and this one like this. But the engaging color here, it is working directly on the teeth of the gear, like this. So we have good parts. I have to check some things like this housing, if it is good and original, I will use it. I will repair this area here. I will change the bearings, but from what I am seeing now, we have a good gearbox. I just have to change some bearings to make some adjustments, but otherwise it is all good. And also I have to check the sealing here on the axle of the Kickstarter. We have good gear here. So from what I am seeing, I just have to clean, changing to change the bearings, probably making some adjustment if necessary, and we'll have the gearbox ready in no time. This plate is okay. This one is a little bigger, but it will work just fine with no problems. Yeah, this one has 5.5 and this one has 5.7, but it is okay. It will work just fine. This is the pole. It has a double action like this. No, this is a position that is working. In one position, when you release the kickstart after the engine is working, it should be pressed like this. And this one, it is the stopper. I think I'm correct in this, but it doesn't matter. It is important to understand why we have these two parts here. These two parts here are working with the pole. So this is how the primary axle it is looking. It's connecting like this. Also, here in the front there is no seal in the gearbox. It's just this thread that is pushing the air inside the gearbox, and it is not letting the oil to go out. This is the bearing. It has some play. I will change it. The inner bush here has a little play, but nothing serious. The axle, it is okay. And I have to push this bearing outside, but I have to see if it is going out like this and pushing also the worm gear, or if I have to push in this way. In this moment I'm not sure, and I don't want to risk and damage any parts. As you have seen in the pictures, I have heat up the worm gear, and after that I have it pressed with a press. And as you can see, there is no locking system, just the force that this worm gear has when it is tight to the axle. We have here a bronze shim. This is the position. As you can see, it fits exactly here. So, and this on the back side, we have this channel which are for lubrication. This gear has an inner bush also with lubrication channels, and I don't know what it is with this bearing. As you can see, it was grinded also here. And the fact it has grease, it shows me that maybe this gearbox was prepared for selling. Like I said before, it was bought from eBay. But the gearbox is good. We have good parts. I'll make the same work on this bearing to heat up a little and pressing down, and I will buy new bearings. Okay, I will try to heat a little. Maybe if it will be warm, it will I'll be able to take out more easily, because I have to be careful. I have already extracted this gear, but I want to show you how to do it. Like I said before, I have heat up a little, not too much, just enough to make some movement on the material, and after that you take a piece of pipe or something from a soft material. This is iron, not steel. You put here and it goes out. In my case, it has gone out quite easy, because as you can see, we have some spline here, and because it was a little warm, it was easy to push this axle. For sealing, I am seeing here a piece of felt. And I hope it is working and I can test it. I can put the axle back inside, and I will pour here some liquid. This is the original bolt.